Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute ultimate biological machine. We aren't going to treat the human body like some dry, boring textbook list of parts. Instead, we're going to look at it as a brilliantly engineered architectural blueprint. Think of yourself as a sprawling, highly advanced facility, where every single room, pump, and wire has a very specific, vital purpose.
Here's the blueprint for our tour today. We're dividing 14 major organs into 5 functional zones: the command center, the engine room, the processing plant, filtration and defense, and finally, the structural framework. Let's get right into it.
Zone 1, the command center. Let's start right at the top, where all your processing, thinking, and sensory inputs are handled.
86 billion. That's the staggering number of neurons currently operating inside your brain right this second. This intricate network of wiring controls absolutely everything you do. It manages your memory, your speech, your emotions, your vision, your sleep, and every single movement you make. It is, without a doubt, the undisputed boss of the body.
But here's the wild part. Headquarters is incredibly demanding. Despite its relatively small physical size compared to the rest of your body, your brain hogs a full 20% of your body's entire oxygen supply. It takes a massive amount of fuel to keep those 86 billion neurons firing properly.
And constantly feeding data directly into that oxygen-hungry brain are your high-tech sensors. Your eyes are your optics, pulling in light, focusing images, and rocketing that visual data through the optic nerve. Meanwhile, your ears are your audio and gyroscopic sensors, responsible not just for hearing, but for actually maintaining your physical balance. But like any delicate tech, they've got specific vulnerabilities. Think cataracts or glaucoma for your eyes, and issues like tinnitus or vertigo for your ears.
Moving down from headquarters, we hit Zone 2, the engine room. This is the relentless power grid keeping the whole facility alive.
Right at the center is your heart. Even when you're just resting, it's beating 60 to 100 times a minute. Its 4 chambers, the right and left atriums and the right and left ventricles, pump an unbelievable 7,000 to 8,000 liters of blood through your body every single day. I mean, imagine pumping 8,000 liters of liquid by hand. Your heart just does it effortlessly, non-stop, supplying oxygen and nutrients to every single organ we're talking about today.
But what's actually in that fluid? Blood is way more than just a liquid. It's a highly specialized transport system. You've got red blood cells carrying that vital oxygen, white blood cells acting as your internal security force against infection, platelets that rush in as quick clotting repair agents, and plasma, the liquid river carrying the whole shebang.
Since it's the literal core of the engine room, protecting the heart from critical failures, like a heart attack, cardiac arrest, high blood pressure, or heart failure, is absolutely essential. A failure here doesn't just damage one organ, it threatens the survival of the entire biological blueprint by cutting off that specialized transport fluid entirely.
Which brings us to our third zone, the processing plant. The engine room needs fuel, and this is where that fuel gets broken down, sorted, and distributed.
Digestion is basically a strict, highly efficient assembly line. It kicks off in the stomach, which acts like a heavy-duty industrial mixer, smashing food down with a harsh acid and enzyme bath until it's a semi-liquid. From there, it's passed right down the line to your highly specialized intestinal tracts for extraction and waste management.
To put that extraction process into perspective, consider the stark division of labor between your intestines. You've got this sprawling, 6 to 7 meter long small intestine, and its main gig is pulling out almost all the valuable nutrients from that semi-liquid mixture. Once it's done, it hands things over to the large intestine, which shifts focus completely to absorbing water and electrolytes and packing whatever is left into stool for removal.
Working right alongside that digestive assembly line is the pancreas. This thing is a dual-purpose powerhouse. First, it pumps out necessary digestive enzymes. But equally important, it manufactures key hormones, specifically insulin and glucagon. Think of it as a thermostat, perfectly regulating the blood sugar circulating through your engine room.
But if we're talking heavy lifters, the liver takes the prize. It juggles an exhausting list of metabolic jobs. It's your primary detox center, filtering blood and processing meds and toxins. It produces bile to break down fats, stores vitamins and glycogen, helps the pancreas regulate blood sugar, and even manufactures important proteins and those crucial clotting factors we mentioned earlier. It is the ultimate multitasker of the human body.
Now, with all that heavy chemical processing and fluid pumping comes a lot of metabolic waste and exposure to external risks. That leads us right into Zone 4, filtration and defense.
180. That's how many liters of fluid your kidneys filter every single day. They are tirelessly pulling out waste products, constantly balancing your body's water and salts, helping to control your blood pressure, and producing urine to expel the waste. They even produce hormones that support bone health and red blood cell production.
Partnering closely up with the kidneys in this filtration zone is the spleen. While the kidneys handle fluid waste, the spleen is a specialized blood filter. It sweeps out the old, worn-out red blood cells from circulation. It also acts as an internal fortress, storing backup blood cells and helping your white blood cells actively fight off dangerous infections.
Wrapping up this whole defense system is the absolute largest organ in your body, the skin. We kind of forget it's an organ, right? But it forms a crucial, literal, physical shield around the entire facility. It contains nerves for touch and pain, blocks out invading germs, regulates your core temperature, and ingeniously uses sunlight to manufacture vitamin D. Because these organs are constantly on the front lines of waste and defense, if they get compromised, things go south fast. We're talking a compromised liver leading to cirrhosis, struggling kidneys resulting in painful stones or total failure, and damaged skin developing conditions ranging from eczema to melanoma. This highlights exactly why maintaining these specific bodily departments matters so deeply to your overall stability.
Finally, none of this incredible architecture, not the command center, not the engine room, holds together without our fifth and final zone, the structural framework.
Let's talk about your skeleton. We usually just think of bones as a static, rigid scaffold meant to support the body and cage in our internal organs from protection. But actually, they are highly active factories. Your bones dynamically store essential minerals like calcium, and deep inside them in the bone marrow, they're actively producing the very blood cells that your heart pumps and your spleen filters.
And layered right on top of those bones is the muscular system. You've got 3 distinct types of muscle keeping you functional here. Skeletal muscle moves your bones, smooth muscle operates your internal organs like pushing food through your intestines, and cardiac muscle is what keeps that heart beating. Together, these muscles generate our movement, rigidly maintain our posture against gravity, and through constant microcontractions, literally produce the heat that keeps this whole biological machine warm.
So, having toured this magnificent, interconnected facility of organs, from the 86 billion neurons firing in your command center, to the relentless 8,000-liter pump in your chest, down to the microscopic filters in your kidneys, it leaves us with one vital question to ponder. You possess the most advanced architectural blueprint on Earth. How are you maintaining yours? Every dietary choice, every hour of sleep, and every drop of water is maintenance for this facility. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope you're walking away with a completely newfound respect for the incredible machine you live inside every single day.